So I love Santa Claus movies, and if you've ever been around my channel or my Discord for a while, I've watched a lot of different Santa Claus movies of the year. I have a Santa Claus short story that I wrote a few years ago that's in the anthology, um, and it's a fascinating thing to me when people can take a common trope, a common character, and do something really unique with it. And Fat Man, you should absolutely watch this movie this holiday season. It's a dark comedy. It's not going to be for everybody, but I think if you like Walton Goggins and you like Mel Gibson and you like Marianne, Jean-Baptiste, this is a great film. It's a fun film. It's definitely it's dark humor at its finest, and it allows character actors to do characters. This isn't meant to be a blockbuster. This is just a fun character film for actors who are looking for a paycheck and doing gigs in between the big ones that they get. So in my mind, this is a probably a 7 or 8 out of 10 in terms of a film. It's not a 10 out of 10. It had some moments that were kind of boring, but for the most part, it was definitely a really good film. So the overall premise is that Mel Gibson, right here in his bearded glory, is an old, washed up version of Santa Claus, and not making any money, and they're going under, and the United States government's banging on the door, and they're supposed to get a paycheck from them from contract work delivering every year, and they didn't make deliveries, and so there's things are bad. Kids are being worse every year, and they're not making quotas like they used to, and so they're not getting paid like they used to, and they're gonna have to shut down. And it's not looking good for old Santa Claus and his wife. And in the middle of all this, the U.S. government comes knocking and is like, well, we'll bail you out if you put all your elves to work building um, these microchip servers for missile guidance systems. It's really messed up, man. And so he takes it because he's got to keep the workshop going, right? So that's sort of the premise of Santa Claus. But the other part of this film is the fact that, back in the day, when things were going good, he gives coal to bad kids and toys to good kids and keeps an eye on who's naughty or nice. And Walton Goggins' character was a bad kid. And he apparently wished for new parents when he was a kid, because he had really bad parents who, like, the dad like put his cigarettes out on his arm. He had a really bad childhood, and he wanted Santa Claus to give him new parents. Now Santa Claus can't give new parents. That's out of his realm of powers. And as a result, Walton Goggins' character has grown up with this deep loathing and hatred of Santa Claus, because Santa Claus didn't give him what he wanted when he was a kid. And so he collects toys from people who did get things from Santa. But on the side, he's also an assassin for hire. And that subplot is important because behind the scenes is this really horrific child who we start off the movie with him, actually, and he's writing a letter to Santa, and he's got all these first place ribbon awards on his jacket, and he's a winner, right? And he's going to school because it's the um, class, science fair or whatever. And on his way out, his grandma comes out in a wheelchair, and you can see the kid's kind of a douche. He's kind of not very nice to his grandma, and he's ordering the servants around. So he's obviously from wealth, and his father's not there, and he just doesn't act like he cares. And he goes to, his grandma's like, go be a winner, and he's got all these first place awards. And he goes to school, and he gets runner up instead of winner, and he loses his shit because he didn't win. And he like is telling everybody that's not wrong, this can't be right, and he's just all freaking out. And he goes home and calls the hitman to come take care of this kid who beat him at the science fair. And in order to pay him, he forges his grandmother's name on checks. So he's basically draining her bank account for all these things that he doesn't like. So he's not a nice kid. So he's contracts Walter Goggins' character to take care of this girl. They do that. In the process of all of this, time passes. Christmas comes. Santa Claus makes his deliveries. Comes home with a bullet wound in his abdomen. He's been shot at. His sleigh's been shot at, and he's complaining about how kids are just violent these days and shooting at him and everything. and we see the really bad kid opening up his presents, and he didn't get what he asked for. He didn't get what he wrote Santa for. And so he calls the hitman and says, "Hey, I want you to take out Santa Claus." And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in." And thus begins the escapades of Walter Goggins' character to try to track down where Santa Claus lives and go up to the North Pole and take him out. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. And all of this comes together beautifully in this workshop full of elves who are making, they're living on sugar and candy, and the military is like, this is crazy. How could you live on that? You need protein. And they're like, no, we don't need protein. We don't sleep. We just eat candy and make toys. And it's great. And Santa's wife is amazing as well. And she's always there to back him up and help him. And this culminates in a big shootout scene at the end of the film, where everybody's getting shot and there's explosions going off and gunfire everywhere, and Santa gets shot in the eye and you think he dies, but he comes back, and the wife ends up helping take care of Walter Goggins' character, and at the end of the film there's this beautiful revenge sequence of Santa Claus showing up at the really horrible kid's house with an eye patch on, and like threatening the kid, and peels his eye patch off and reveals his mutilated face, and it's just like, better not ever catch you doing anything bad ever again. And it's just, I found this to be an incredibly fun movie. Apparently this shot at a super cold time of the year for the shootout sequence, like negative 30 below or something. I was reading through the wiki the other day when I was reading up on the production of it. Um, the movie did not make a lot of money, but I don't think that matters when you're looking at these character films. These are the things that get made regardless of profit. They can often be written off as tax write-offs for the studios that make them. The actors still get paid, the directors, everybody gets paid. A lot of people think that in movies, a movie has to make billions of dollars for it to be successful. That's not necessarily true. Different films are made for different reasons. And I don't mind that this film didn't become a smash hit, because it was still just a great little indie film that flew under the radar that I think is totally worth your time if you like dark humor and if you like Walton Goggins. Who doesn't? This guy is awesome in everything. I mean, Justified, great. Watching him as the transvestite in Sons of Anarchy was great. Watching him in this movie was great. His role in the most recent Tomb Raider film was great. Like, I just like everything he does. And he's gonna be the Ghoul in the upcoming Fallout TV show. I can't wait. And I love Mel Gibson. I've always loved Mel Gibson. I love everything he does. So I watch pretty much every film he does ever. I've missed a few here and there, but I think I've probably watched 90% of his catalog over the years. So this is another great entry into these guys' careers. Love it. Hopefully you've seen it. Hopefully you will see it. And if you've seen it, drop a comment down below. Let me know. And happy holidays, everybody. Till then, stay safe. Happy gaming. No, happy watching. This isn't a game video. What am I doing? It's early. I do too many things. All right, everybody. Go watch it. Have fun. See you next time.